Hi guys, welcome back to Modifix. My name's Dan and today we are modding, I think. So today we're going to fit an isolator switch to the MR2. Now the reason for it is the last battery was knackering out within a week, and then I put a new battery in the car and it's lasted probably 2 weeks and it's dead. Now you're probably thinking the battery's crap and it's whatever, but the new battery is a new battery. And also I think the problem is there might be a little bit of a drain caused by the rear lights, which I put back in without sealing, and I've got a bit of a short as well, so I do need to sort that out. But I think for the sake of saving the battery in the short term and also added security, I'm going to add an isolator switch. So as you can see down there in the footwell, we've got two new cables for the earth, and then they've got little eyelets on them, as you can see there, and that one's actually got a battery terminal on it as well. So not too expensive, they cost me about 15 quid. And then the main article in this project is the switch itself. So the switch is here, and you pop this thing off, let me show you, and it's got a little hole in there, so you need to mount this somewhere nice. And then in that hole you put one of these keys and turn it, and it either switches on or off, and that isolates your battery. So not only does it stop the battery from going flat, it also stops anyone from stealing the car unless they've got one of these to hand. So I think it's a worthy modification, and at the moment I just need to do it because it's winter and I don't want the battery going flat. Alright guys, I think the location of the isolator is going to go there. I'm just going to put one bolt or screw in for now, because that might not be its final resting place. And what I'm going to have to do is run some cables down to it. So as you can see, it's down there, and the battery is up here. So I'm going to have to, I've disconnected the earth there, as you can see already. So I'm going to run the wires from either side of that switch, one to the battery and then one to the grounding point. So I might just actually use the original grounding point, which is down there, instead of this terminal right now. That terminal's a bit big as well, which is a bit of a pain. So I'm just going to do a bit of a mock-up and I'll get back to you. Okay, so I've encountered my first issue in that these eyelets don't actually fit on here. So I'm going to have to mod the mod as usual and make those holes a bit bigger. So I'm going to mount the switch there. I've marked it, I don't know if you can see that, and time to drill another hole. One hole drilled. Just a quick tip, if you're drilling a hole and leaving bare metal like that, it's always a good idea to protect it with some sort of galvanizing spray. I've got this no nonsense stuff from Screwfix, and what I did was I sprayed it straight onto a cotton bud, soaked it through, and then just ran that cotton bud around that hole. I'll just leave that for a few minutes now, and then rock and roll. Alright, I've just done a quick mock-up of that switch, fitted in position with one Allen key bolt and a 10mm nut, and it's solid in there, it's not moving. So next thing now, I'm going to take it off, do all the wiring and put it back. But what I've got to check is I'm just going to make sure those terminals aren't touching this crash bar, and in fact I'm just going to run some insulation tape around them to make sure they're insulated from touching anything for that matter. Okay, so first, before I do the mock-up, I'm going to decommission the old earth. The old earth goes down. Where does the old earth go actually? I thought it just went to this point, but it obviously doesn't. It goes somewhere else as well. Let me just check this out and get back to you. So I was going to get rid of the earth because I thought it was only mounted to the body here, but there's actually a second wire that runs down to the engine. I don't know if you can see that on this camera. Hold on. Runs down to under that pipe there. I don't know if you can see. There. Can you see that? So I'm going to have to disconnect it from the body there and then run this to one side of the switch and hope that works. Otherwise I'm gonna have to go back to the drawing board. Alright, so I've undone this from the actual terminal itself, and there's a little clippy right down there which clips into the turret, and now I've got to thread it back and see if it will actually reach the switch down there. Wish me luck. Alright guys, I've undone this cable from deep down in there, and I've left the bolt out as well. I don't think it's required. Might put it back in one day, but anyway, that's been decommissioned, and I'm just going to put it somewhere a little bit closer. That's a 12mm bolt that goes through there, and so are these. So I think what we'll do is bolt it to one of these to give us a little bit more length, and then we'll be able to reach the switch. If I'd known and been better prepared, I would have bought another wire just for this purpose, but I'll just recommission this one, should be alright. Alright, slight change of plan guys. I have bored this hole out on the old cable, and then I've also bored out this hole. The original plan was to attach this to the switch, and then this would just be insulated, and that would have went to the gearbox. But what I've decided is to do it the other way around, so I kind of bored that out in haste really, but I'm going to go from the gearbox to that, and then put that on that bot over there on the cross member, and the other end on the switch. So then we've got really good grounding. Alright guys, I just had to hurry up a little bit because it started spitting and I think it's going to rain very soon. So anyway, we've got the earth running from the battery straight to the switch, which is down there, and then we've got an earth from the body running down to the switch on the other side. We've got that wire which we recycled from the battery, and that goes to the cross member now, and then all the way down and to the switch. So we've got a body earth and an engine earth now on the other side of the switch, and we've got the battery terminal on the other side, and that's it. So now we just need to test it. So I've just tested it and it seems to be okay before I bolt it down, and now I'm going to bolt it down. Oh, and before I bolt it down, I'm going to just, I've cranked these, they're all tight and everything, but I've just got to put some insulation tape on them just in case. And with that guys, we're all done. Now it's time to do the final test to see if it works okay. I've run all the wires, I've tightened everything up. I actually even reused this clip. There's a hole here which is the same as that. Clip's a bit broken though, but did mount in there quite nice earlier. So that's mounted, and then there's our new terminal on the battery, and that's the routing for all the wiring. Now, moment of truth time. At the moment it's off. Here's the key. So what I've got to do now is pop this off, pop the key in the hole, push it down and turn it, and that's it. We should have power. We sure have. Okay, now I'm going to take it out. Same test again. Well, as you probably heard there, that was the car moaning that the power's been cut, so there you go, nothing on the key as well, which is great. I think the only thing that's a bit crap about this, or that I don't like, is that you have to leave it in when you're driving the car in order to make sure you've got power. So that will look like that. So it's gonna have a bit of a race car look now, but it is what it is. I'm not bothered. When I relocate it at some point, when I do all the shields and scoops for the intercooler, and I'm thinking I might relocate that up here somewhere. Might even relocate the battery to the front, but we'll see. So yeah, that's all done. That's a wrap. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed that video and got something from it. I haven't really got a lot to say now, apart from one very annoying thing. The whole point of fitting the isolator was that I didn't want the battery running down when the car was off, and also I could lock all the doors on the central locking and then just pull it out. But every time I do that, the central locking or the alarm goes off and moans that power's been cut. So if any of you know of a way around that, then please do let me know, because the only other way of doing it now is to lock the doors manually and then cut the power without arming the alarm, which is kind of defeats the purpose, but it's alright. It's just extra work. I was trying to eliminate the extra work. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, give it a like, usual drill, and subscribe to my channel if you like the content. And by the way, The lights are fixed. Link in the description or somewhere, you'll find it. I think I linked it when I talked about it earlier. Bye for now.